Guys, and we're here in Hull, and locals call it Hull, and there's a little bit of an improv stand and a letter handed. So it's a little improv, and we'll see what happens. Last time they tried to do this, they was locked out of the building, so this time they're hoping with the secrecy it is kept under wraps.
I've got a letter typed out. I'm going to hand it into the reception area. We've got a list of questions that we're going to ask about illegal immigration and the effects on the people of Hull, etc. And we're going to go in, we're going to hand it out, and then we're going to come outside. I'm going to read the letter on the microphone. You guys are going to film it. We're going to have a little protest, and then we're going to go home. We're going to be peaceful, we're going to be law-abiding, but we deserve answers as council taxpayers. Okay, so let's get cracking, lads, eh?
Yes. Share with loud people.
There we go.
And there's the flags coming.
Military timing, this is brilliant. Well impressed with this. Look at this. Very impressed. Here we go, we're going.
Oh, they got that way.
We're going in. Here we go. We're in. There's a Guildhall.
I've got a letter over there that I want to hand it in to the full cabinet members of the council. Some questions I want to ask about people entering this country legally, how much they're costing the council taxpayer in Hull. I want to know the crimes that they've been committing. I want to know where they're being housed. Are they getting priority? It's all in the letter. I think I might read the letter out now so everyone can hear it, yeah? Is that okay? Yeah. So is everybody ready?
Yeah.
So guys, what I've done today is I've just handed a letter into the receptionist here, nice lady, Guildhall in Hull City Centre, on behalf of the people of Hull and the group I run, Hull City, Hull Patriotic Protesters. This is the letter that I've handed out. This is addressed to the full council cabinet of Hull City Council at the Guildhall, Alfred Gelder Street, Hull. It's dated today, the 26th of January 2026. Dear members of the full cabinet of Hull City Council, we write to you on behalf of Hull Patriotic Protesters representing residents who are increasingly concerned about the direct and indirect impacts of illegal immigration on the people of Hull. This letter is not written in hostility, but in the interest of transparency, public safety, fairness, and the responsible use of taxpayer money. Many local people feel that their concerns are not being openly addressed, and we are therefore requesting clear and honest answers to the following points. Bear with me, it's a 4-page letter. First item, cost to the taxpayer. Please can the council provide a breakdown of the cost to Hull taxpayers arising from illegal immigration in the city, including but not limited to temporary and long-term housing, interpreters and translation services, education and school support, policing, crime prevention and criminal justice costs, health and social care pressures, impact on local businesses. Is the council aware of any final impact on legitimate local businesses as a result of illegal immigration, either through unfair competition, lost trade or increased enforcement costs? If so, what assessments have been made? Crime and safety, crime and community safety. Is there any data available regarding crimes committed in Hull by individuals who have entered the country illegally? If such data exists, will the council make it publicly available in the interest of transparency? Many residents are also deeply concerned about public safety. What assessment has been made of the risk posed to the people of Hull, particularly women and children, by having unvetted men, adult men, moving freely around the city at all hours? We want to know numbers, locations and future plans. Please confirm how many illegal immigrants are currently being accommodated in Hull. Where are they being housed? Hotels, hostels, private rentals or other facilities? The total cost of this accommodation to the taxpayer. Additionally, are there any current or future plans to use council-owned buildings or additional private properties to house illegal immigrants in Hull? Housing priority concerns. Can the council confirm whether it is true that illegal immigrants are being given priority for newly built housing across the city over existing Hull residents on housing waiting lists? If this is the case, please explain the policy justification for this decision. Support for British citizens. What specific actions is the council taking to support British citizens, particularly Hull residents who are currently sleeping rough or living in insecure accommodation? Many people feel that our own vulnerable citizens are being overlooked. Illegal employment and trading. Finally, we request an explanation as to why businesses in Hull that are known to be selling illegal cigarettes and employing illegal immigrants are not being closed down. This issue was recently highlighted in a BBC report focused on Anley Road, and the residents are frustrated by the apparent lack of decisive enforcement. Request for a public meeting and response deadline. Given the seriousness of these concerns and the level of public interest, we formally request that the council arranges a public meeting in Hull, allowing residents to hear directly from elected members and senior officers, ask questions and engage openly on this issue. We also request a full written response to this letter within 28 days of receipt. If any of the requested information cannot be disclosed, we ask that the reasons for this be clearly explained. If the council fails to respond meaningfully or engage with these concerns, we will have no option but to escalate the matter through further lawful protests, public demonstrations and organised marches in Hull in order to ensure the voices of local residents are heard. We ask for the council's truthful and candid assessment of the situation regarding illegal immigration in Hull and how you believe it is affecting the city and its communities. The people of Hull deserve openness, accountability and reassurance that their safety, livelihoods and public services are being protected. We look forward to your response. Yours faithfully, Hull Patriotic Protesters. Yeah. We will not be going away. We will not be going away. We want an answer, or we will be escalating our protests and our marches. And in May this year, I am going to be standing as an independent candidate for the Orchard Park ward in Hull. Okay, I will not tie myself to any political party, whether it be Reform, UKIP, Advanced Party, Labour, Tories, anything, because I think that as soon as you tie yourself to a political party, you have to toe that party's line. I'm going to speak independently for the people of the area that I live in. I wish I could do it for the whole of Hull, but I can't. All I ask is that anybody that lives in the Orchard Park area, please turn up and vote for me on this May come in for the Orchard Park ward as a councillor. The only promise I will make to any of you people that live in that area is that you will have honesty, you have transparency, and you will have an honest voice. I will speak on your behalf. I will not turn anyone away, but I will speak for you. This is what we need. Last elections, in the local elections, 2 years ago, in Orchard Park, there's 10,500 voters. Labour won with 999 votes. Only about 2,000 people turned out to vote. I don't want the Labour voters to vote for me. I want the people that don't normally turn up to come out and vote, for someone to represent you. And I will represent you, I promise you that. Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Right, we're going to go outside now, we're going to have a little protest, eh? I don't want to
Thank you.
Right, let's go outside, lads and ladies.
There we go. That was read and spoken.
Saturday night, I go out in the town, and there's more barrels of foreigners than there is our own people.
And that's Guildhall. Peacefully done. Peacefully done. Superbly done. And outside now to have a little demonstration. Let the people of Hull be heard at the town hall of all places.
Right, everyone, thanks for coming out this Monday morning during the week. I'm surprised at the turnout. I wasn't expecting as many. I had 40 people say that they was coming today, but as expected, there's always people that don't turn up or let you down. But I'm quite surprised and pleasantly surprised at the number we got today. You don't need big numbers for protests like this. All you need is genuine people. You need genuine people that are going to stand with you and stand together. And the others are going to come along once they see what we're achieving and what we're doing. People are telling us that protests don't work. They do work. They do work. When we first started doing this a few years ago, there was only 10 of us. And that was on a Saturday. Our last Saturday protest, we had maybe 250, 300 people. And now today, on a Monday, we've got more than what you used to get on a Saturday. And it's quite pleasing. What we're trying to do at Hull Patriotic Protests, which is the group that I run, I want to tell people we're not a racist group. Okay, there's a lot of false accusations going around about our group. We're not racist at all. Our motto is black, brown, and white unite. We haven't got a problem with the colour of a person's skin. We haven't got a problem with a person's religion. What we've got is, we've got a problem of the way people behave. The way people are entering this country illegally, milking it, behaving against our rules and in conflict with our cultures. And it's got to stop. It's costing us a lot of money. A lot of young girls are being raped by people that shouldn't be in this country. Yes, I know that there are English people and people from this country that commit the same kind of acts. And I thank them as well. But we don't need to add to the problem, do we? We've got enough problems of our own in this country without adding to them. And what we're getting is, we're not getting constructive immigration anymore. We're getting cheap, illegal drainage. This country is becoming a sewage pipe for the third world. They're coming over here and they're dragging us down. I don't mind if people come and make us better. If they're going to come, they're going to work, they're going to integrate, and they're going to contribute, and they're going to make us better. I ain't got a problem with any of that. But our city centres now, it's becoming a no-go area on a night time for women on their own. I'm fed up of hearing. I'm fed up of hearing about young girls being assaulted. I'm fed up of hearing about young lads being beaten up. And also, there's a housing problem. I'm fed up of seeing people that was from this country that have actually worked, and the parents have worked, and their uncles and their aunties have worked, and they've paid into this glorious system that we've got. And they're struggling in unsuitable housing. You're getting families of 8 living in 2-bedroom houses or 3-bedroom houses. And then I keep seeing houses becoming empty and being filled by people that shouldn't even be here. It breaks my heart. I'm seeing ex-servicemen. I'm seeing people sleeping on the steps outside of the Old Tower nightclub. And just round the corner, you've got people that have come to this country on a boat illegally and entered illegally, living in a luxury 4-star hotel. How can that be right? What is the plan? What is the plan? You're not going to tell me that this government cannot stop this. They can stop it. They can stop it tomorrow if they wanted to, but they don't seem to want to stop it. And it's not just Labour, it was the Tories as well. It's all of them. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Blair, Boris Johnson, Keir Starmer, Rishi Sunak, Nigel Farage, the lot of them were playing golf together on a Sunday and then socialising together after and having a laugh at us. It's not us against people, it's us against the governments. It's the governments that are exploiting us. It's the governments that are selling us out. It's the politicians. There's a lot of money being made in illegal immigration. You've got to think about it. There's transport costs. It's a cost to the taxpayer, but it's a profit to a businessman. There's a housing in hotels and private accommodation, like old care homes and that. That's a cost to the taxpayer, but that's a profit to a business owner. There's a feeding of them. There's a cost to the taxpayer. That's a profit to somebody else. There's translation services. It's a cost to the taxpayer, but it's a profit to somebody else. There's also the medical care side of things. It's a cost to the taxpayer, and it's a profit to someone else. It's all about money, and we need to stand up and we need to tell them, no more, no more. It's not good enough. You need to put the people of this country first. You need to come first. I don't mind helping people, but not at the detriment to my own. Okay? You know what? If I lived in a neighbourhood and I had a nice house which I'd looked after for years, and I'd built a conservatory and an extension, and I had a nice kitchen and a nice bedroom and etc. All the mod cons in my house. And the geezer across the road from me hasn't done nothing to his house, and his house is falling and it's in rack and ruin. What would give him the right to come and move into my house because his house is crap? But that's what's happened to our country. For years and years and years, we've built this country up. We've built this country. We set up the National Insurance Act in 1948, just after the war. Just after, you can video me all you want, mate, I don't care. My name's John Gillen. I don't hide from no one. I don't care about nothing, and I don't care about nobody. Right? Anyway, we built this country up. Our parents, our grandparents, and us. We built this country up. We've paid into it. And we've built that National Insurance Act. This is our money. It isn't the government's money. It does not belong to them. It belongs to us. They have never asked us how they want us to spend our money. When the National Assistance Act was first set up in 1948, the government made a contract with the people of this country. And what they said to the people of this country is, if you contribute through your national insurance contributions and you work hard, you will get medical care. If you hit hard times, you will get benefits. If you need housing, you will get a council house. And we will look after you. Women can retire at 60. Men can retire at 65. Have you tried getting a doctor's appointment lately? I was at the doctor's this morning with my wife. She had a pre-arranged appointment which she had to wait 3 weeks for. There was a man at the reception with his wife trying to get an appointment for his wife. She had a bad back. She had to stand at the reception trying to get an appointment by the receptionist. The receptionist went through a survey with her, asking all these questions. She was stood there for about 15, 20 minutes with a bad back. And she was saying to the woman, are you in pain now? Well, she fucking will be now, once she's been stood up for 20 minutes. How is that right? How is that right? It never used to be like that. It never used to be like that. We used to know our doctors. We used to be able to ring up in the morning and get an appointment on the same day. And I don't blame the doctors, because it's an overstretched service. There are too many people using it now. But it's our money. Nobody ever asked us. Nobody's ever said, do you mind if we care for and house people that are going to enter this country illegally, that have never ever paid into this system? No one ever asked us. And that's my problem. We need to be asked. What people need to remember is, the people in this building here, they work for us. They work for us. We don't work for them. They're here to represent us. We're not here to represent them. I've just put a letter in asking a number of questions, which you'll probably see on another video somewhere. I deserve an answer. We deserve an answer. You all deserve an answer to them questions, because it affects all of us. We are the people that run this country, right? We're the British. And even people that come to this country legally, when people come to this country legally and they work hard and they contribute, they deserve answers as well. Because these illegal immigrants, they're coming over here and they've paid nothing into this system. And they're getting everything. I know people that have come to this country legally from other countries. I've got a friend who lives down the road from me. He's come over from Africa. Every so often, he has to pay X amount of £1,000 to renew his visa. He works. His wife works. He's got 4 children. They're a lovely family. They work hard. Why is it fair that that man has to pay to renew his visa when he's assimilating into this country and he's behaving himself, not committing any crimes at all, but then somebody that comes over and doesn't obey the rules and follow the correct procedures, don't have to pay anything and gets everything paid for? Ain't that a kick in the teeth to that man as well? I don't like racism. I'm not a racist. No problem with the colour of a man's skin at all. Okay? All I ask is that people went to this country legally. All I ask is that when they're here, they contribute. All I ask is that they behave themselves, they assimilate, they learn the language, and they become constructive members of our community. That is all I ask. Is that too much? Is that too much to ask? Leave our children alone. That's what I'm asking. Leave our children alone. We have the grooming gangs in this city. Them girls have never ever received justice yet. Why not? Not one of the MPs in Hull, Diana Johnson, Emma Hardy or Carl Turner, has ever come out and spoke out in support of them young girls that were being groomed by grooming gangs in Hull. Not one of them. Why not? They're all right on Facebook at the moment getting photo opportunities at Morrison's supermarket, laying down flowers, at the opening of a flower ceremony, etc. They're all right doing that because there's an election coming up and they look like nice people. I word this carefully. As far as I'm concerned, they are not nice people. They are part of the problem. Not turning up to vote will not get rid of them. We've got a local election coming up in May. We can't get rid of the MPs, but we can damage their parties. Too many people just give up. They don't turn up to the ballot box anymore. That's not an option. One of the biggest powers the people of this country has got, what people have died for, is the ballot box. And if we don't start using it, that ballot box, that power, is going to become weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And the reason it's going to become weaker and weaker is because they're bringing more and more people into this country that don't like the British. And they're going to be getting the power of vote. And more of them are going to be voting. More of them are going to be coming up and they're going to get the power. We've seen it. We've seen it across the country. We need to use the power of the vote now. It's still not too late. There's still more of us than there is of them. Give your head a wobble, love. I saw you. give your head a wobble. Give your head a wobble. Anyway, what we need to do is, in May this year, we've got the local elections. I hope there's a lot of new faces standing as independents, etc., or fringe parties. Turn up and vote for them. I'm going to be standing in Orchard Park. I'm going to be standing in Orchard Park as an independent councillor. I'm not going to tie myself to a political party because, to be honest with you, as soon as you tie yourself to a political party, you've got to toe their party line. And I'm not going to toe anybody else's line. The only line I'm going to toe are the people, is a line of the people that want to vote for me. So come and try and get me in at Orchard Park. And I'll tell you what, if I get into that building, nothing will be confidential. I will not let them have any confidential meetings, because they shouldn't be confidential. They should be transparent. They should be open to the public. And whatever meeting I sit in, if I get a chance to, I will tell the people of Hull everything that's been said. Everything, because that's your right. That's the right of the public. So turn up and vote for me if you're in Orchard Park area. Last time out, Labour got in with 999 votes. It was the first time I stood last year, 2 years ago. I got 169, I beat the Tories, I came third. Lib Dems got 300 and something, so I took votes off of them. Believe it or not, 8,500 people did not vote at the last local elections. I don't want the Labour votes. If you're a Labour voter, don't vote for me. I don't want ya, because I don't like ya. Okay? I do not want your votes. What I want is, I want the people that have given up to try again. The 8,000 people that never voted last time. If every one of you turn up and voted for me, I'll smash it. That's what I want. I want the people that don't vote because they think there's no chance. There is a chance. I'm not a miracle worker. I'm not a politician, and I don't want to be a politician. What I want to be is a member of the public that has had enough of the politicians, and I want to try and give the public a voice in the Guildhall. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to speak honestly, and I'm going to speak openly. I won't make no false promises, other than the fact, the only promise I will make is I will represent the people that vote for me. I will be your voice. And it's quite ironic that I want to be your voice. And I'll tell you why it's ironic that I want to be your voice. Quite a few years ago, I had a blood clot in my brain. And I had a stroke, a big stroke. And I lost the power of speech. I couldn't speak for 18 months. I couldn't say a word. I also lost the ability to walk. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair for 4 years. Now I'm back, and I'm fighting, and I've never given up, and I will never give up. So if I can do it, the least you people can do, if you agree with me, is turn up and vote for me. Let me use my voice. I'm a Christian. I don't go to church. I don't believe in churches, because I think they're corrupt. But I believe in God. I do believe in God. I'm a born-again Christian. And I honestly believe God took my speech away from me. And God gave me it back for a reason. So I need to use the gift. I need to use the gift that God gave back to me to speak up. I've been arrested for saying what I think. I've had death threats for saying what I think. I've had people slurring my name for saying what I think. I don't care. Because none of them have had the bollocks to come and say it to my face. When they come up to me, let's see how it works out, eh? Because I don't run. I can't run. All right? That's what I'm about. I'm an honest lad. And I love my country. I love this green and pleasant land. My granddad fought in the Ulster's Cavalry in the Battle of the Somme. He saved an officer's life. He was had a mention in dispatches. Okay. My great uncle was in the household guards, and he guarded the royal family. My uncle Vic was in the Royal Navy. My auntie Hilda was in the auxiliaries, and she served with the Queen in the auxiliaries. I want to do it for them people. Last November, I had the honour and the privilege of being able to go to the British Legion Remembrance Service, the concert the day before on a Saturday. And there was a couple of thousand men there with medals on their chests. That turned out. Not all of them from the war, some of them from Afghan, Iraq, etc., Bosnia. We owe it to them people. We owe it to them people to keep fighting, to keep standing up, to keep speaking, to keep trying to say what we want. And what I'm not saying is, I'm not saying I don't want immigration in this country. I do want immigration in this country, but I want constructive immigration. I want constructive immigration. I'm fed up with seeing legal immigrants that contribute to this country being tarred with the same brush. With the same brush. Them guys are getting it harder than what we are. You look at the Sikhs, 83,000 Sikhs died fighting for this country in World War II. You tell me they weren't good men and I'll give you a slap in the mouth. Okay? We had Muslims fighting for this country in the war. It's not about that. Like I said, it's about behaviour. It's about culture. It's about assimilating and obeying the rules and contribution and becoming a prominent member of this community, not a drain on society. Like I said earlier, I know we've got our own drains on society, but that's our problem. Let's sort our own problem out. I don't want to sort out the problems for anybody else. The only other thing I can think of is all the criminals in this country. Let's stick them in a boat and send them to France. Okay? Let's do that. See how they like it. Anyway, everybody, I think the police are leaving us alone today, but we've come out. Yeah, Chris is here. What we'll do is, we'll call it a day now. We're going to have a drink together, and on the 28th of February, we've got a gentleman coming to Hull by the name of Nick Tenconi. He's going to be holding a march. If you want to join it, join it. If you don't. Simple as that. Okay. Thank you all for coming, and let's all stand together. I've got a lot planned for our protesters this year. On the two things I've already got organised. On the 25th of April this year, I know St George's Day is on the 23rd, but that's a midweek day. On the 25th of April this year, we're going to be holding a St George's parade, a St George's Day parade through the town centre. We're going to be marching from through the town centre from the Queen Victoria Square and around the city centre. When we finish that, we're going to be having a party. I'm going to be a St George's Day party. I'll be releasing details for that. And with that party, with that event, we always like to help local good causes. There's a place in Beverley called Martin House that looks after end-of-life care for children, making their lives a little bit better. So this April I'm going to be raising money for Martin House Hospice, all right, for people with end-of-life care. We always do a memorial service. We have done since his death for Lee Rigby. On the 24th of May, we're going to be holding our annual Lee Rigby memorial service, and I'll be releasing details. And we're also going to be doing a lot more demonstrations. We're going to be uniting with other groups across the country, and we're going to be doing demonstrations. I'm going to be standing as a candidate. If I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. I'll just carry on with this. Not a big deal. At least I've tried. And that's all you can do in life. All you can do in life is try. The one thing you can't do is give up. We're Englishmen. Giving up, no surrender. It wasn't in our makeup. It never was. When
When our country was at war, the men went and fought. So did some of the women, but it was the women that kept this country going. We didn't leave our women behind. We didn't leave our children behind. Not like these rats coming over. Because that's what they are, the rats. I'm probably going to get arrested again, but I don't know what I've said wrong. I actually think that, considering my age and the ages of some of you guys here, that we're actually being discriminated against. It's ageism. We've grown up all our lives being able to say certain things a certain way and having certain views. And now all of a sudden they're telling us everything we've grown up with is wrong. It's not wrong. They just changed it. They've moved the goalposts, not us. We need to get that back. You're more likely now in this country to be arrested for saying something that's upset someone than for thieving out of a shop. How's that right? How is that right? So, I've been on bail now for 3 years for saying something that upset someone, or allegedly saying something that upset someone. I'm pleading not guilty, and I'm going to go not guilty anyway. I've been offered deals to go guilty to get a lesser sentence, but that ain't me. That ain't going to happen. Okay? Because the only thing a man got is integrity. A man or woman, you have to be able to look in the mirror and you need to be able to say to yourselves, I'm all right, I've done the right thing. I've done the right thing in my life. And I think I have. But this geezer just drove past calling us a joke. You don't know why we're here.
He said get a job.
Yeah. He doesn't know why we're here. He doesn't know that people here have got jobs. Lad here just come out on his break from work. There's people here that are retired. There's people here that are working nights. But that's it, isn't it? That's the judgmental. They see a George Cross and they see a Union Jack flag. Why do they get so offended by their own flag? Why? Why get so offended? This is our country. I've been to Malta last year. There's Maltese flags flying everywhere. I was in Marseille last week. There's French flags everywhere. I went to America. You've got USA flags hanging from most of the windows. I went to Australia to visit my brother-in-law a couple of years ago. Australian flags everywhere. You come to England and everyone says you're a racist, they don't like their own flag. Give your heads a wobble. Men fought for that. You know when you climb a mountain, what's the first thing you do? You put the country of your flag down on top of the mountain.
On the moon.
When you're on the moon, you put your flag down. When you win a gold medal, when you win a gold medal at the Olympics, what happens? They raise the flag of your country to your national anthem. So why is it so wrong in our own country? It's not wrong. It's the people that are saying it's wrong that's wrong. We're right. We're not far right. We're right. We're correct. We're concerned British citizens, concerned about our existence, our country, our culture, and most of all, our children and our grandchildren and their children and their children. Our grandparents fought to give us the life we've had. And I honestly believe that it's every adult's responsibility to build a life for someone coming after them. We're not here for ourselves. We're not here to build a life for ourselves. Our grandparents done that in World War I, World War II, etc. Okay, they built our life for us, for what we've got. Now we've got to leave it the same thing behind for the people yet to come. That is our responsibility. I don't want to be part of the generation that left nothing. I don't want to be a part of that. And we're in danger of it. We're in real danger of it. So yeah, let's stand together. Let's keep coming out. Tell your neighbours. Keep speaking to each other. Tell them. Wake them up. Wake them up. Explain to them we're not racist. We ain't got a problem with the colour of the skin. But we've got to preserve our country. We've got to preserve our culture. And we've got to leave a place behind us for our children to live in. Who wants to see their children walking around with a bag on their head? Or a big mask on their face? Women Beauty is to be looked at and admired, not hidden. Our women should be able to walk around our streets wearing whatever they want that isn't indecent or indecent exposure, but they should be able to wear miniskirts, they should be able to wear blouses, and they should feel safe. They should be able to look at every single man and say that if someone comes up to sexually assault me or whatever, that man is going to look after me, he's going to stand up for me. Okay? And they can't even get in a taxi safely no more. What has this country become? What has it become?
Third world.
It's a third world country, and it's imported. It's an imported den of iniquity. It's like the Walking Dead. We're like the Walking Dead. Look at what they've done to us in COVID. They had people standing outside their houses banging saucepans because they told you to. And then we find out it was all a lie. Matt Hancock was giving his PA one in a lift in his office. We were told we can't go near each other. We had parents that couldn't visit the children's hospital. We had daughters and sons that couldn't visit their parents and care homes, etc. People died not being able to say bye to their loved ones. Boris Johnson and the rest of them, they was all having a party. I don't know who the other bint was that sat in the House of Commons that time, just literally taking the piss, blatantly taking the piss out of us, and it was all a lie. And I fell for it. I got to admit, I did fall for it. I had the COVID jabs. I did fall for it, not because I'm stupid, not because I'm a sheep, but because I was scared. I was scared of what's going to happen to me. I trusted the people I thought I could trust. I would never make that mistake again. Never ever again. People were being used as cannon fodder, as experiments for pharmaceutical companies, for money. Again, it's all about the money. Our children, the girls that have been groomed and killed, raped, threatened and beaten, they're being used as scapegoats, they're being traded for community cohesion. They're being sacrificed. How can anybody vote for any government, any politician of any particular party that didn't think it needed an investigation? They only changed their mind because the people wanted it. That's the only reason they changed their mind, and that is the power of the people. Small victories. Let's keep popping out our small victories, and then we get a big one when we all stand together. Right, thank you everybody. I don't want to be going on because I'm a bit of a boring fucker sometimes. All right, so right. Thanks for everyone to come. Does anybody else want to say anything? Because I don't want to be accused of it all being about John, like some melt keeps saying. You'll know his name. The apple don't fall far from the tree, does it? Anyone want to say something? Right, thanks a lot everybody, and I'll see you later. Cheers.